Multi-channel marketing experts tell you how to create a successful plan to boost your business. Multi-channel marketing has revolutionized how business interact with consumers across the global value spectrum, from marketing to sales to client service. Learn what experts are saying about the best way to create an effective multi-channel marketing plan, boost your company's bottom line, and expand consumer engagement. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous today. And if you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. Today we want to talk about multi-channel marketing. But before I do so, let me quickly give a shout out to Nikolai Ford in West Des Moines, Iowa, Bailey Raymond in Marion, Iowa, and Olivia Bunn in Waterloo, Iowa. Olivia, Bailey, and Nikolai, all from the beautiful state of Iowa. We love you. Before I start everything, let me define what multi-channel marketing means. Now, multi-channel marketing means that you are implementing a single strategy across multiple channels or platforms. And by doing so, you're maximizing opportunities to interact with prospective customers, right? So what is a channel? It could be a print ad, a retail location, an email, a website, a promotional event, word of mouth, a products package, SMS messaging, a mobile app, right? So the objective here is to give your consumers or prospects a choice and allow them to buy when and where they want to. Now, there are obviously some perceived benefits of multi-channel marketing, right? Now, let's delve into that. First, you have increased awareness, right? Your products, your brand, your service receives increased awareness because people are seeing you everywhere, right? Think about Coca-Cola, for instance. The giant company, the conglomerate that has a multi-channel approach, right? Because they are casting the widest net to get the maximum customer engagement. They're everywhere. They're everywhere, right? So you are basically trying to implement that so you can get an increased awareness, right? Now, the thing here is that some people have said that multi-channel strategy, accounts for a number of touch points, right? Versus trying to give customers the best experience throughout all touch points. So for instance, if they're doing something via SMS, it might not be the same plan as if they're doing a print ad or a retail location or a website. The idea again here is to increase awareness, right? Now, the second benefit of multi-channel marketing is consistent messaging, right? Because you have consistent brand messaging across the board. Right now, the thing here is that if you implement it the right way, you can ensure your brand has a consistent message, and basically it allows also the company to be seen across the board as consistent. What I'm trying to say here is that take Coca-Cola again. I'm not picking on them or whatever, but they've done it so well. So basically, the message is the same everywhere, whether it is somewhere in Africa or in Alaska. They have the same message, whether it is on a stadium or whether it is on a poster. They have the same message. So they're constantly pushing their own messaging on the channels, on every channels. Now, the third benefit here is that you give customers the chance to choose their preferred channel. So you have channel preference, right? So basically, if you want to reach a customer at the right place at the right time with the right message, then it's good, because multi-channel marketing allows you to target them properly, right? But the good thing is that you can also hit potential customers more than once, right? Either it is via email, a promotional event, or mobile app, you can hit them more than once. And if they see that consistency of your messages across all channels, that increases your brand quality, that increases brand credibility. Now, the last advantage here is data analytics. So you have more data. You can collect and gather more data because there are multiple touch points. There are multiple channels, right? So you're trying to you can get that data, and by using data analytics, you can actually do more research. You can actually see trends, and you can tweak your strategies going forward. So this is very important. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. We're still having a conversation here about multi-channel marketing, and I want to quickly give a shout out to Jordan Coffee in Reno, Nevada, Angel Sloan in Carson City, Nevada, and Annabelle Tillman in Sparks, Nevada. So Jordan, Angel, and Annabelle, thank you so much for reaching out all the way from Nevada. Now, if you love the clarity and content, the clarity and quality of this content, please consider subscribing to our channel right now. Just smash that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you are not left out. You will receive each show as soon as we release it. It's done on a single day, it's done on a daily basis, rain or shine. Share this content, like, and comment below. All right, now, what are the key challenges of multi-channel marketing, right? I spoke about the perceived benefits. Now let's talk about the key challenges. Now, you have to understand, this is not new to multi-channel marketing. The thing here is that every marketing strategy or tactic has its own set of challenges and advantages, right? So this is very important. Now, the first thing is you have to ask yourself, are you doing marketing or strategy? Right? Because, when people think about multi-channel, they're thinking about the different mediums used to reach their customers, right? Now, a multi-channel, on the other hand, consider how customers move and interact across the various platforms, right? This is very important. I'm not just, this is not a philosophical debate here. You want to see how your clients move and interact across the various platforms. For example, when you send a campaign through SMS, what is the percentage of people who saw it? Did they go to the poster? Did they go to the website? Did they engage in the promotional event? You want to really think about that. So this touches on your strategy versus your marketing. So you got to think about where one starts and where one ends, and where both blend. All right. Now, the second con here is that, the more touch points you have, the more complexity. I spoke earlier about the fact that you have more data and that you can analyze. But of course, this comes with the level of complexity, right? It comes with a level of disparity sometimes. So, if you have a multi-channel approach, you certainly have a coherent message across all channels, right? And you also can actually track continuous evolution of that message as more data is gathered per customer, right? Now, the thing here is that you gotta have the right data analytics software, or you have to make sure that all departments within the company are in sync. They have to be aligned to make sure that you are able to analyze that data in real time. What I'm trying to say here is that if you have a small business or a medium-sized business, you need to have a single person who is, I would call it the grandfather, if you will, of multi-channel marketing within the company. So that person's job is to coordinate data from all marketing agencies and marketing departments and sub-departments, and to be able to consolidate that data and analyze it. It's easier said than done. It's not always easy, but it is possible. So more touch points, more complexity. Now, you also need to have, time and resources. This is the third challenge here, and I think I sort of alluded to that. You need to have the tools. You need to have the software. If you cannot build it in-house, you need to outsource the production of that, or you need to buy third-party software. Some ERP or CRM software do it very well. They do it pretty well, and they can allow you to build a successful multi-channel marketing strategy from the get-go. All right. Now, the last thing here is something called crediting or attribution. Right. The basic question is this: with so many touch points, with so many channels, how do you allocate the credits for leads and revenue? Right? Are you allocating the lead, the credit for revenue to the search team, to the SEO team, to the email marketing team, to the social media marketing team, to the SMS, to the SMS team, right? You need to have a way to find it, because again, all those teams are working hard to create a coherent and synergistic marketing strategies. But when the revenue comes, you have to find a way to allocate that. Now, you can do it two ways. You can do it based on the channel where the customer first engaged, not subsequent. The first engagement, the credit goes to that particular team. So, for instance, if you send message via email, via SMS, via WhatsApp, via on the website, if a customer engages with the message the first time on an SMS, that credit and the customer becomes a lead, and later on a real customer. That means that the lead for that particular SMS engagement goes to the SMS team. Right, so that's the first step. The first way to allocate this is to go through the first engagement. The second way is just to agree on an average. So let's say you have 10 teams, 10 teams that work on this multi-channel marketing strategy. So you just allocate, 10% of revenue to each team. So that's 100% divided by 10. This may not sound fair, but it's basically an easier way, right? Especially for the long run, because some months you're going to have teams that outperform others, and other months it will be the other way around, right? So it's all about just finding some kind of a middle ground that will work in the long run. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. We're still having a conversation here around multi-channel marketing, and now let's talk about how to create an effective multi-channel marketing strategy. Right now, let's before we even talk about that, let me quickly give a shout out to Everett Klein in Grand Forks, North Dakota, Frank Sweden in Valley City, North Dakota, and Carrie Cochran in Devils Lake, North Dakota. Now, thank you so much, Everett, Fran, and Carries, for your support and your feedback. We really appreciate it. Now, if you have to create a successful multi-channel marketing strategy, there are a few things you need to do. First, integrate marketing departments, right? You want to make sure that, as I said earlier, the social media team, the search team, the email marketing team, all of those are under the same umbrella. They are part of the marketing department. If not, try to align their goals. In other words, they have to ultimately report to the same person, right? So that you're trying to break down existing silos to create an integrated marketing team. This is very important. This allows you to get cohesion and synergy from the get-go. Understand your buyer. You need to understand your prospective clients. You need to talk to actual customers. You need to create tests on the various platforms. You need to do sequences, create personas. You need to test message, think about timing, sequences, all of those things. You want to understand, you want to create a profile of your ideal customer. And by doing that, it helps you better understand how to navigate the different channels. The third thing you can do when it comes to creating an effective multi-channel marketing strategy is to establish a multi-channel platform, right? So this allows you to consolidate the data. And this is great because you can consolidate the data, you can analyze it, you can do some campaign testing, right? You can actually have you can create one-to-one marketing programs based on set data. Now, like I said, you can either build this platform in-house, or you can just buy an ERP or a CRM from a third party that really allows you to get that. So ERP software, ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning Software, and CRM stands for Client Relationship Management Software, right? Any of those, if you buy them from a top vendor, you should be able to create a multi-channel platform right into that. You can bake that into the software. The last thing you can do also is to create a unified experience, right? So the thing is that you're trying to get your message out there in as many places as possible. But it's also very good to be able to give your clients, your prospects, a unique, I would say a unified and personalized experience across your various marketing channels, right? Now, this might seem like a very daunting task from the get-go, but believe me, in the long run, it will pay off. You'll be able to secure more customers, and you'll be able to know exactly which channel works and which doesn't. All right, I'll be right back right after this. Do not go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. We're still here, continuing, and we're about to wrap up today's show. I want to acknowledge some of our loyal customers, loyal listeners and fans, rather. And I want to acknowledge Mary Warry in Leeds, the UK, Harley Frazier, also in Leeds, and Milan Freeman, also Leeds. So Mary, Harley, and Milan from the United Kingdom. We really appreciate your help. Thank you and your support. Here's today's recap. So, to create a successful plan to boost your business, and I'm talking about multi-channel marketing here, you first have to understand the perceived benefits of multi-channel marketing. You need to know the key challenges of multi-channel marketing. And once you do that, once you understand those two levels, you can create an effective multi-channel marketing strategy. How do you do that? You integrate marketing department, you understand your buyer, you establish a multi-channel platform, and you create a unified experience. All right, so this is it for today. Now, before I leave, I want to give you just a pro tip. Now, we've talked about multi-channel approach. Now, nowadays, as the global economy is moving and is being very dynamic, we see a shift to omnichannel. In other words, client expectations are rising and technology evolves. So, people are seeking a more bespoke experience, right? So you have brands are now shifting towards omnichannel. So, of course, clients want to have a seamless experience, right? And that experience has to be across multiple platforms. However, they want to be able to go to a central place, aka the platform where I spoke about earlier, the multi-channel platform, where they can just get everything. So they're getting everything about the brand, right? So they're trying to get that unified experience, right? So omnichannel may be the future. I don't know if it will pop out in 5 years and 10 years, but it's definitely something to look out for in the future. All right. Thank you so much for listening to this show. I will see you next time. And until then, stay marvelous.